There's a quiet discomfort most people carry their entire lives and never have the courage to name. A low, persistent tension, a sense that something must be going on beneath the surface. That events are not just happening, they're speaking. A few coincidences line up, a familiar pattern repeats in relationships. Luck turns sour or briefly sweet. Winds cluster, losses stack, and the mind leans forward, hungry and desperate, whispering, "This can't be random." That instinct is ancient, and when misunderstood, it becomes a liability. People torture themselves trying to extract meaning where none exists. They chase false signals like superstitious gamblers. They fear patterns that were never real. They trust narratives their own anxiety invented. They turn randomness into prophecy, noise into fate, and they suffer for it. This masterpiece is not here to fix your life. It is not here to reassure you. It is not here to hand you comforting stories. It exists to sharpen perception, to quiet the mind, to steady interpretation, to strip away the unnecessary drama people project onto reality. Today we're going to examine a subtle but powerful mental habit, one that quietly shapes how you interpret everything that happens to you. The clustering illusion. And once you see it clearly, something loosens. Anxiety weakens, regret loses its grip, overconfidence collapses back into proportion, not because life suddenly makes sense, but because you stop forcing it to. The clustering illusion is the tendency to see meaningful patterns in random data, order where there is none, signals where there is only noise. The human mind is exceptionally good at this. Too good. Pattern recognition kept our ancestors alive. It let them spot predators in tall grass, track seasons, learn language, recognize faces, anticipate threats before they arrived. This ability is not a flaw. It is one of our greatest strengths. But every strength has a failure mode. When events become noisy, ambiguous, or emotionally charged, the mind grows impatient. It despises uncertainty. It refuses to sit still inside, "I don't know." So it improvises. It fills in gaps. It stitches coincidence into narrative. It connects dots that were never meant to touch. Not because we are stupid, not because we are irrational, but because uncertainty feels unsafe. A random world offers no leverage, no warning, no control. So the mind invents structure, not to understand reality, but to calm itself.
Hey guys, we're Wisdom, based in Abu Dhabi. We use AI tools to make these concepts come to life, but it's our amazing team who goes deep, breaking down powerful philosophical ideas and showing how they really apply in everyday life. We hope you enjoy today's content.
In relationships, someone notices that 3 partners in a row emotionally pulled away. Instead of seeing coincidence, context, and complexity, the mind reaches for a verdict. People always leave me. At work, a few projects fail back to back. Deadlines slip, outcomes disappoint. The narrative hardens. I've lost my edge. The timing is bad. Something has shifted. In identity, a person revisits a handful of awkward social moments and delivers a permanent sentence. I'm just not good with people. With regret, someone replays past decisions and threads unrelated outcomes into a single story of error and inevitability. As if the ending was always written, as if the past was conspiring. Even emotionally, the pattern repeats. A few bad days arrive close together, and the mind declares a downward spiral instead of recognizing weather. Temporary conditions become permanent traits. Local noise becomes global meaning, and in every case, the deepest pain does not come from the events themselves. It comes from the story created by clustering them. Here's the quiet truth behind this illusion. The mind is not trying to deceive you. It is trying to protect you. Randomness feels like chaos. Chaos feels like exposure, a lack of control. So the mind manufactures meaning where none exists, because meaning feels safer than uncertainty. This is why streaks feel powerful, why coincidences feel personal, why we assign intention to life itself, as if it were watching, judging, responding. But randomness is not hostile, it is indifferent. Not everything is a message. Not every pattern is a signal. Not every repetition is destiny. And when you release the need for events to mean something, they lose their weight. They become easier to hold, easier to move past. Here are 3 gentle practices. They're not techniques, they're just ways of looking at things differently. First, ask a softer question. Instead of immediately asking, "What is this trying to tell me?" Try asking, "Could this just be noise? Could nothing be happening here?" You don't have to decide right away. Second, slow it down. When you feel a pattern starting to form in your mind, notice the urge to explain it. Then pause. Don't rush to lock in a meaning. Let more time pass. Let more data show up. A lot of patterns feel convincing in the moment and fall apart if you just give them a little space. Third, zoom out. Ask yourself how this moment might look 10 years from now, not 10 days from now. From far enough away, intensity fades, and many patterns shrink until they disappear completely. These practices don't get rid of uncertainty. That's not the point. They help you stop fighting it. And when you stop demanding that everything means something, life gets quieter. Over time, really understanding the clustering illusion starts to change things. Quietly, but deeply, you react less, not because you don't care, but because you don't panic. You're less brutal with yourself, less quick to turn a rough stretch into a verdict about who you are. Decisions get steadier, less rushed, less emotional. Streaks don't shake you the same way anymore, good or bad. You're less seduced by false certainty, less unsettled by coincidence. And your confidence changes. It gets quieter, more grounded, not because you've learned how to control outcomes, but because you no longer need outcomes to confirm your worth. And that kind of stability doesn't depend on knowing what happens next. Life isn't constantly sending you messages. It isn't always pointing, hinting, or testing you. Sometimes it's just unfolding, one moment leading to the next. No hidden agenda. When you stop forcing meaning onto randomness, clarity returns. Not the loud kind, not the kind that demands action, a calmer clarity, the kind that lets you breathe. You don't need to decode every pattern that shows up in your mind. You don't need to solve every coincidence as if it were a puzzle meant just for you. Some things aren't lessons, they aren't warnings, they aren't confirmations, they're just weather. They move through your life. They change the mood for a moment, and then they pass. And when you allow that, when you stop taking every fluctuation personally, life feels less threatening, less like it's keeping score. You meet it with more steadiness, more patience, and over time, more grace.
Thanks for spending time in this. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the resources and the original books we used today. We'll see you in the next one.